Welcome everyone to Soul Blade for the PX1.
Hello.
But yes, I've already beat the game. I am going to erase it
Okay, why?
because I've already beat it. So I can start anew.
Okay, but
Da-da-da. Also, there's only 6 chapters.
I see. Didn't you already do Siegfried's chapter?
No, we did the arcade. This is Edgemaster.
Oh. By the history of a man becomes a soldier. Through the history of a soldier becomes a hero. I didn't get to read the rest of that dialogue. Siegfried Stauffen? Stauffen.
We're age 16, born in February 6. Our height is 150 centimeters or 5'1". Our weight is 48 kilograms. Or blood type A, father. Our mother is Margaret, father is Frederick, murdered. Our weapon is Zelheider Frost style, own style.
He is the young commander of mercenary knights, who seeks an invincible sword in order to avenge the murder of his father. He has yet to find the murderer of the weapon Soul Edge, or the weapon Soul Edge. I must find the sword and have my revenge. I must. In Germany, the oppressed peasants revolted against the Holy Roman Empire. With its forces weakened by the Italian wars, the German peasants finally had a fighting chance. One of their champions was Sir Frederick, a brave knight. While on campaign, Frederick met the lovely Margaret and spent the night in her arms. After 9 months of battle, Frederick returned to find that Margaret had given him a son. Frederick realized his love for Margaret and named his son Siegfried, after the famous hero. Several years passed. His father, known as the Gentle Knight, taught his son swordsmanship. He embarked upon a foreign crusade, promising his return to Margaret. Young Siegfried, without his father's Gentile hand to guide him, fell into bad company. He bonded together with a group of outlaws and started committing crimes. His strength grew as soon as he led a feared group of thieves known as the Schwarzwind, or Black Wind. It was then when he conceived his master plan. We will hunt the cowardly knights who ran away from the Crusades. They carry valuable armor and loot. We'll all get rich. That night, as a war-weary group approached, the thieves sprang their ambush. The fatigued knights were no match for the thieves. They defeated the knights all too easily. Siegfried killed the knights' commander himself with his proud Zweihander. He held the commander's decapitated head up high in triumph. But as the moonlight shone down, he let out a horrified scream. In his hand was the head of his father, Frederick. The horror caused Siegfried's mind to snap. Yelling in grief and fear, he fled into the forest. He plunged deeper into his insanity, convinced himself that someone else slew his father. He grew determined to find and avenge his father's death. Hearing about the invincible sword Soul Edge, he has come to believe that his father's fictitious killer can only be defeated by this weapon. I can ease my father's soul, and I can't ease my father's soul until I find the sword and defeat him. The conquest of Thuringsburg Castle. At the castle of Sir Stephen, a battle rages. The Marquis Andre uses his cannons to bring down the once invulnerable fortress. Siegfried is the commander of Stephen's mercenary knights. Sir Stephen's legendary sword was quite well known in the region. Siegfried sought the sword and gained employ in order to steal Stephen's weapon. As the battle became fierce and the castle was besieged, Siegfried steeled himself against the invaders with his powerful sword in his hand.
Our first fight is Mitsurugi.
Kishiro Mitsurugi.
Nishiro.
Or is it?
It's an H.
Hishiro.
It's an H.
Okay, Hishiro Mitsurugi. A samurai who travels around the world looking for a weapon superior to firearms. He is a mercenary for Marquis Andre in the attack of Ostransburg. He is after valuable weapons which are believed to be kept inside the castle.
The enemy is as strong as the devil. Beat. Fucking down.
Versus Mitsurugi. Fight.
Alright.
Knockout. You lose.
So
Versus Mitsurugi. Fight.
So this is canon that Siegfried is a very...
yes.
Yeah.
This is canon.
The grueling battle ended with the victory of Siegfried. You win.
I never had such an easy victory.
We're insane.
My father died of that damned disease 3 months ago. So yeah, we got the Grimblade.
Yes. After stopping the foreigner mercenaries, Siegfried entered the blazing castle. Therefore he killed Stefan and took his legendary sword, the Grimblade.
Nice.
We just killed another man for no fucking reason.
To get stronger. This is it. With this sword I can finally avenge my father. After escaping from the burning castle, Siegfried raced in the forest. He gripped Grimblade tight in his arm and spoke. Sword, grant me invincible power. But the sword was still. Damn it, this is not it. Siegfried started feeling anxious. I must find the right sword. The image of his father's dead face floated before his haunted eyes. He held his head and ran through the dark forest. Father! Father! His cries echoed into the valleys beyond.
Let's agree. Let's look at the book.
This temple was supposedly built by the god Hephaestus.
Hermephis.
There's no M.
It's Greek. Don't worry about it.
Alright.
Hephaestus.
Hephaestus himself. He was the creator of armor and arms. It is said that a young girl received a revelation and was offered holy armor at the sanctuary. Siegfried met a young girl in a Mediterranean village and was taken to the temple. The sanctuary was tranquil. After offering prayers, the girl turned and stared at Siegfried. You're seeking the evil sword, aren't you? That sword is too dangerous for you. Let me help. I don't want your help, Siegfried yelled.
Sophie, 18. March, Fireblade, style, Athena.
Yes. This young girl received the revelation of the god Hephaestus. With her holy weapon, she is sworn to save those who foolishly seek the evil sword and destroy the wicked weapon.
You want to know what's funny?
Yeah.
In future games, she becomes the very thing that she hopes to kill.
Right.
Versus Sophie. Fight.
Okay.
You win. Versus Sophie.
So
Fight.
the fun thing about this is that all with each attack.
Knockout. The grueling. You win. Versus Siegfried. Fight.
Oh, hello, Siegfried.
It's like our counterpart, like medieval Tron.
I see.
The grueling battle ended with the you win.
I will not rest until I reap vengeance for my father.
That we did not cause.
Siegfried defeated Sophia with the spectral illusion. He shouted at the sky, I have defeated your little girl. Now give me the invincible sword. But the gods were silent. Siegfried's voice echoed in vain. Why? Why? Burying himself deeper into insanity, Siegfried laid waste to the sanctuary. Then the rubble he discovered the long Atlas sword hidden in a column. The sky above the sanctuary slowly covered with dark mist. It was as if Siegfried's insanity had attracted an evil force.
So the Atlas sword, in my personal opinion, is better. Because essentially it heals us.
This is a secret arena where strong men gather from all over the world. The winner is awarded valuable arms. Siegfried had heard warriors' tales of this place. At the arena's gate, a sign was posted. Survival contest. Those who can defeat 4 contestants in a row will win valuable weapons. Siegfried entered the contest. And it's Mitsurugi again. And Rock. More opponents to be announced. Defeat all rivals.
Okay.
Versus Mitsurugi. Fight. The grueling battle and you win. Versus Rock. Fight. grueling. You win. Versus Son Mina. Fight. You lose. Versus Mitsurugi. Fight. The grueling battle. You win.
I will not rest until I...
Versus Rock. Fight. The grueling battle ended with the victory of You win.
I never had such an easy victory.
Versus Son Mina. Fight. The grueling. You win. Versus Sophie. Fight.
Damn it, Sophie. You here.
The grueling battle and you
The
win.
will of the gods, you're granted.
I never had such an easy victory.
After a long battle, Siegfried defeated all of his opponents. He won the waved sword Flamberge. Flamberge.
Flamey. I call it Flamey. Flamey has swift attack.
The desert stretches through Central Asia. It is the most difficult passage for those who travel across the continent to avoid dangerous sea routes. Ruins of an ancient fortress can be found buried in the sands. It is an extremely cruel passage. Who's following me? Although he was exhausted from crossing the dry desert, Siegfried could still sense an enemy on his back. Show yourself, swinehund! Siegfried swung his sword as he turned. It was Rock, who Siegfried had defeated at the arena. That prize sword should have been mine. Give it to me! Rock yelled. Oh, you'll get it. He was orphaned as a boy. He wandered around the new world and learned the means of survival in the wild. He started his journey to regain memory of his lost past. His pride would not allow him to take defeat by Siegfried so easily.
Versus Rock. Fight. The grueling. You win.
Despite hunger and thirst, Siegfried again defeated the giant Rock, and with a thrust and delivered a mortal blow. Bangu. The dying rock stared at Siegfried, whispered in delirium, and expired.
Yes, this is dark. No, it's still a man.
Nado Kessel belongs to Nadomuro Kami and the Sentonai Pirates, Morai Sea Force. The entire island is a castle of pirates and a naval port. Siegfried's bravery impressed the pirates, and he was hired as a castle guard. He caught a woman trying to escape from the castle. Siegfried followed the woman and confronted her. "Surrender yourself!" She turned slowly. Strangely enough, she smiled at him and said, "You can't stand in my way." She plucked the sword off her back and jumped at Siegfried.
Taki.
She is a ninja who exterminates ghosts. She searched for the evil sword in order to bolster her magic weapon, Reikimaru.
Which means evil killer. So killing
Versus Taki. Fight. Time's up. You lose.
We lose automatically. Yeah.
Versus Taki. Fight.
There.
The grueling battle. You win.
No one can stop me!
Sword.
As a reward for defeating the female ninja Taki, Siegfried was given the seven-branched sword and passage on a Muri vessel. The sword I seek isn't in this land. I will seek further. Siegfried's mania grew and grew.
Okay, first off, I have some complaints.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
It looks like the Galaxia,
Yeah,
but green.
yeah, like, okay, you know Game of Thrones of how they have that Iron Throne?
Yes.
The sword thing? That looks like that, but a sword.
Yeah, that too.
Anyway, we're kind of gonna need this.
All right.
I want to try to beat everything with the sword once.
Senkyo is a deep valley located in the middle part of China's Yangtze River. Siegfried heard tales of a river thief who had been collecting swords. He decided to investigate. "Give up your sword!" A man dropped from the bridge as Siegfried's raft passed by. This man must be the thief, Siegfried thought. "Surrender that sword, it will make a fine addition to my collection," the man demanded. "You won't get my sword." Siegfried grinned. "In your gullet."
The Long.
He was an assassin for the King Ming dynasty. His life ruined after the murder of his beloved Qi. He now steals weapons from every swordsman that travels the Yangtze River.
Defeat him
Or
only-
not.
So
Versus Li Long. Fight.
Yeah!
by throw.
Knockout. The grueling battle ended. You lose.
Oh, attack is one throw, so we're just gonna go with the Atlas.
Yes.
Versus Li Long. Fight.
with nunchucks. He switches weapons and chooses to fight with nunchucks.
Yes.
Michelangelo over here.
Let me grab you.
But you
Grab
lose.
him.
Versus Li Long Bite.
Like I said, it's too smart to take that chance.
Grab, Siegfried. Now do it. One more.
The Gorilla. You lose.
Okay, we're doing this. Alright, fine.
Versus Li Long Bite.
Grab.
But you
There's
lose.
the grab button.
Versus Li Long Bite. Knockout. You lose.
I hate this thing.
Versus Li Long Bite.
Fucking cunts.
You lose.
The only way to
Versus
grab
Li Long Bite.
is to press X and A. Square and X at the same time.
But you lose. Versus Li Long Bite.
Yeah, see, he just tells me.
But you lose. Versus Li Long Bite. But you lose. Versus Li Long Bite. Knockout. The grueling. You win.
I will not rest until I reap vengeance for my father.
Fuck your father.
As he groaned with pain, Li Long plunged into the water and got away. After defeating the mysterious thief Li Long, Siegfried discovered numerous stolen swords along the river. Among them was a big Chinese weapon. Hard steel blade.
Nord. That is an N.
That looks like an H.
Yeah, we have to go back here. So next part is actually going to be the difficult thing ever.
Yeah.
That was 3, this is going to be 2. And the reason why I hate this thing is because fuck this character. Okay? Just fuck him.
Cowabunga.
No, the next... This fight is the hardest thing ever.
Oh boy. The secret treasury, the wealthy and greedy Versi, hid his treasure in a vault at the bottom of a 50-meter pit on an uninhabited island. It is rumored to be impregnable. Siegfried and his band, the Blackwind, once planned to break into the secret vault. The attempt failed terribly, and he lost many of his men. Can Solej really be there? Be here? Thought wounded. Though wounded by the traps, Siegfried finally reached the pitch-black vault. Voldo,
Wait.
the Hell Guardian,
Wait, this fucker is only 43?
guarding Versi's treasure, gives Voldo the only reason to live. Although he is blind and insane from his years in the dark pit, his assassination techniques are fearful and have killed all of those who have attempted to enter the money pit. The traps have left you weak. Fight with what strength you have left.
Yeah.
Versus Voldo. Fight.
Fucking hell.
The edges.
You lose.
And he's a fast fighter too.
Yeah, he is. So I'm going to pick an Atlas Blade to give us a bit more...
Versus Voldo. Fight. But you lose. Versus Voldo. Fight. But you lose.
I hate him.
Versus Voldo. Fight. You lose.
I hate him.
Versus Voldo. Fight. But you lose. Versus Voldo. Fight. Knockout. But you win.
More.
Oh, dear.
Versus Voldo. Fight.
Yeah.
But you lose.
Shoot rounds with a tiny weapon.
Versus Voldo. Fight. But you lose.
I hate him.
Versus Voldo. Fight. Knockout. But you win. Versus Voldo. Fight. But you lose. Versus Voldo. Fight. Knockout. You win. Versus Valdo. Fight.
Let me give him the weapons.
Knockout. The group. You lose. Versus Valdo. Fight. The group. You lose. Versus Valdo. Fight. But you lose. Versus Valdo. Fight. Knockout. But you win. Versus Valdo. Fight. The grueling battle ended with the victory of Siegfried. You win.
I never had such an easy
If you
victory.
get hit, it's your fault. Siegfried defeated the guardian Voldo and demanded the soul edge. Where is it, foul beast? Not here,
Wait, you can talk?
Voldo groaned. That's not true. Talk. Where is soul edge? Talk. Talk. Soul edge. Siegfried shook him in rage. But Voldo was no longer responding. He was already dead.
Yay!
The sword must be here. It must be. Siegfried thrashed the money pit in search of the legendary sword, but to no avail. The sword was not there. However, Siegfried would not give up. Among the ruin of Versi's vaults, Siegfried found a letter which named the location of Soul Edge. At last, finally, I can accomplish my revenge.
Now!
He took the claymore and left.
Now! It's the final fight, yet it's going to be the hardest thing ever.
All right.
Yeah. Welcome to Spain, also known as a pain in my ass. Not true.
Siegfried had found the whereabouts of Soul Edge.
In this game, it's a fucking pain.
The pirate Cervantes de Leon once used this Spanish port as a base. His ship was still anchored nearby. Death was thick in the air. Soul Edge, is it here? Siegfried tried to control his excitement, but his body could not stop shaking as he climbed aboard the Adrian, the ship of Cervantes. A short search turned up nothing. He heard something behind him. He turned. Who are you? Ah, such a lovely, insane soul you have. I must possess it for my own. What? Who are you? There stood a man holding a pair of strange swords in his hands.
Cervantes de Leon, 48 immortal. January 1st, weapons, Soul Edge.
A great pirate who was feared by all sailors on the Atlantic Ocean. He went missing several decades ago during the search for Soul Edge as requested by Versi.
Versus Cervantes. You lose.
Hate him.
Versus Cervantes. The grueling. You win.
Let the final stage begin.
I never had.
Versus Soul Edge.
Versus Soul Edge. The grueling. You lose. Versus Cervantes. The grueling. You lose. Versus Cervantes. You lose.
We're doing the Edgemaster mode.
Versus Cervantes. You lose.
I do less damage.
Versus Cervantes.
It doesn't matter if I hit.
You lose. Versus Cervantes.
Dynamite.
You lose.
It is an H. Okay. The heart steel blade.
Versus Cervantes. You lose. Versus Cervantes.
Use a little more.
You lose.
You killed my
Versus
father,
Cervantes. The ruling you win.
Sheep move.
Versus Soul Edge. The grueling battle you win.
I did it! Darkness! At last! Let the world
I
drown in
never
blood.
had such an easy
Souls,
victory.
come on to me!
Alas, no more battles need be waged. Soulhedge now lay in front of him. This warrior, this armor, this sword, this would have cost weak was as if you wanted to not strengthen him. This Soulhedge, like poison it laid on his mind.
There is
Great
going to
vision
be...
he save.
We can pull up the book, but...
Demons of evil lived inside the sword. Take pity on poor Siege, for he screams in agony, but vain are his screams, for no one can hear. Now peace has returned to this land. Harvests are plentiful and sounds of life now fill the air. So brief be this solitude, for evil is back. High upon the pursuit village, rearing their red hands, the full moon is warning of danger ahead.
Would you like me to pull up the book?
That's okay.
Okay. Yeah, that was Soul Edge, the Soul Master. Yay! Jesus, shit, that was difficult. That was really, really fucking hard.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's... My fingers are actually a little cramped up now. Thank you all for watching. We have become Nightmare, we've conquered the world, and we've damned all of humanity.